Dame Joan Plowright. Acting star whose first love was theater, Joan Plowright, who has died aged 95, was one of Britain's finest stage actresses, and later found fame on the cinema screen, although she largely preferred stage work. The Tony and Golden Globe-winning actress once said movies were a fallback to pay the bills, saying, "You do films that the roof needs mending." Theater audiences enjoyed her versatility and good humor, and her 1961 Tony-winning Broadway role, A Taste of Honey, saw her play a troubled teenager, with Angela Lansbury as her mother. Other notable stage roles include Saint Joan in 1963 and Saturday, Sunday, Monday a decade later, along with films including 1992's Enchanted April and Tea with Mussolini in 1999. She was also married to acting great Sir Laurence Olivier for 28 years, until his death in 1989 after he died. Plowright continued to act into her 80s, until failing sight forced her retirement. Joan Plowright was born on October 29, 1929 in Brigg, Lincolnshire. Her mother, Daisy, was a keen amateur actor, and by the age of 3, her daughter had taken to the stage. She went to Scunthorpe Grammar School before studying drama at the Bristol Old Vic. Her mother encouraged her choice of career, albeit with brutal candor. "You're no oil painting," said Daisy, "but you've got the spark. Just thank God you've got my legs, and not your father's." She made her stage debut as a professional actress in Croydon in 1948, and by 1956, she had joined the Royal Court Theatre in London. At the time, the Royal Court was a hotbed of new talent, specializing in controversial works. It was also the spiritual birthplace of the kitchen sink drama. Plowright gained recognition in a series of productions penned by this group of angry young men, in roles that relied on acting ability rather than mere glamour. As the daughter of a Lincolnshire newspaper editor, she was far from working class, but her down-to-earthiness and emotion honesty helped bring British theatre up to date. In 1957, she co-starred with Sir Laurence Olivier in a production of John Osborne's play The Entertainer. Olivier, who was playing Archie Rice, was at the peak of his acting career and considered something of a matinee idol. Plowright played his daughter, and the actors' mutual respect led to romance. "Nothing is so sexy in a man as talent," she observed. She was initially cautious about a relationship with him. Olivier was 22 years older and already one half of Britain's most celebrated theatrical couple, married to Vivien Leigh. Plowright herself was married to fellow actor Roger Gage. But Leigh, Sir Lawrence's second wife, who was troubled by mental illness, divorced Olivier in 1960. Plowright and her husband divorced the same year. The year later, Olivier married Plowright in Connecticut. Around the same time, she won a Tony Award on Broadway for her role in A Taste of Honey. The couple were soon appearing together in a series of plays in Chichester, in the UK, including a notable staging of Uncle Vanya. The Guardian's Michael Billington called it one of the great Chekhov experiences of the 20th century that brought tears to my eyes. They went on to have 3 children, but their marriage was not without its difficulties. "He has extremes of behavior, which you understand," she later said. "You just find a way not to be swept overboard by his demons." Their relationship also led her to refuse for 5 years to appear at the National Theatre, where her husband was director from 1962 to 1973. The actress felt she would have been vulnerable to accusations of favoritism. Eventually, though, she took a contract with the theatre for a decade, in far grander roles than those at the Royal Court. By now, her husband had been elevated to the peerage, which made her Lady